Welcome to the doll's room, where every day is a disco party. Huh, Ito? Ito! Welcome back to the doll's room. Today I'm going to talk about Olivia, who is my Pullip Nanette. And I'm kind of doing these reviews in order, so just for my own organization of it, so that I can also tell a story about how things progressed. Not that any of you will watch these in order necessarily, but anyway, after I had adopted my 2 milk lattes and got bitten by the dal bug and had collected a couple dals, I got to a point where I really wanted a pullip that I could change over and over and over again. Different wigs. I thought I might even be changing the eye chips frequently, and certainly the costuming and all of that. And when I was perusing through photos on Flickr, over and over again, this beautiful girl caught my eye, and I, would look it up, and sure enough, it was Pullip Nanette, and a couple photos later, and a whole different collector, and a completely different look, and who's that? And I would look it up, and sure enough, it was Pullip Nanette. So I thought, okay, it has to be her. First of all, Nanette comes with incredible stock. She was a Christmas release in 2012, maybe, I think. I'm not too good about the trivia on these things, but her outfit is really glamorous. I'll be showing you that in detail in just a little bit. But I got her, I think it was in May, so I was not so much in a Christmas mood, and I was very much in the mood to change her up. One of the first things that I did to her was, or that I changed for her, was I put her in this really long, beautiful carrot colored, it's a carrot / wine colored wig, with a side sweeping bangs, which of course looks beautiful on her. And then I was really playful with her. She was wearing part of Tweety's stock and part of Alice, Classical Alice's stock. And she looked really cute, but maybe a little silly for my taste. And her personality really came to be when I found these eye chips for her. I was torn between 2 colors, a more kind of ocean blue, and then this precious hazel. So what I started to do, and I've continued to do it with all my dolls, is hold up the eye chips within the mechanism before I glue it in, before I commit to the color. For a brief period of time, she tried a short red wig, and that's the red wig that has become kind of home to my Natalia, up there in the corner. After the short red wig, she tried kind of a medium length brown Monique wig, and then this beautiful lavender wig. This lavender wig, I think, is my favorite on her. She's such a delicate beauty. She's understated. She's sweet. It has a little spark of magic to her. And so I think this lavender wig is just like her personality. I have to admit, though, that I had a lot of fun last autumn when I gave her crazy, wild, carrot-colored mohair wig. It was perfect for the season, and at some point I had her in this kind of houndstooth coat, and just reminded me of the character Sherlock Holmes, and so I was calling her Olivia Holmes for a little bit. really fun color on her. Eventually I went back to the original red wig that I had had on her, and this sort of a peasant look with this pixie crochet hat. And then finally Christmas time came around, and so I just had to put her back in her original stock. And that's something that I really love to do. I just feel that I can connect with them more. There's a wasp in my room. I feel like I can connect to them more when I change them around, and then I'm able to sort of investigate different aspects of their personality. But for Christmas, she had to go back to Nanette, and I am so glad that I don't keep her original wig on her all the time, because this wig is so gorgeous. But it's also really delicate, and I think it could become messy, it could become impossible, and just get wasted if I had it on her all the time. You can see in these pictures just how beautiful she is in her original Christmas outfit. That dress I've been able to use for so many different characters. In particular, when I did a little tribute to Marilyn Monroe with my sweet little Becca. Earlier in the springtime, I had purchased a wig for, eventually for my Eliza, who was at that time being customized by Kiki and Chrysanthemum up in Canada. But before Eliza arrived, I got this wig, and of course I was eager to play with it. So Olivia got to wear it, and then I was able to do this series of photos with her and Ruby. And I'm a little addicted to how she looks in that wig. I've considered maybe buying a second wig. But of course there's always a huge potential that I'll want to change Eliza's look. So maybe at that time Olivia can borrow Eliza's wig again. And then her most recent look is this sort of borrowed Alice Dujardin outfit. She's simply wearing the apron portion of Alice's dress, and my sweet little Isabel is wearing the other apron, so they're sort of in a matching look, and they participated in a really lovely spring garden photo shoot that I did. So she's borrowing a lot of things. She's wearing this little crochet blue and kind of oatmeal hat that I made. She's borrowing this sweet little pink sweater from Dal Haywa, because of course I love nothing more than little sweaters and cardigans over dresses. This apron is perfectly functional as a dress. It's so full of detail and it's so complete, but I feel that it either needs a little shirt underneath or a sweater on top, or both. So of course I went for the little cardigan. She has these wonderful little plum leggings. She is borrowing these little fluffy leg warmers, also from Dal Haywa. And then she has these lovely little mint blue boots that echo back to the top of her head. I love this look. I don't feel that things have to match perfectly. I like playing inside of a color palette and just putting something together until I feel that the composition really works. I think I used to dress like this a lot more in my younger days, you know, when I didn't have to go to work. But now I get to play with that sort of illusion with the girls. Nanette's face-up is super, super sweet. She has little bits of pink, little shadings that are somewhere between a gray and a lavender, which I think is also why I feel this lavender wig works on her so well. She has a pretty bright pink lip. which I thought I wouldn't like, but it doesn't bother me. It's just sweet, just like she is. It's like candy colored or something. And of course it matches the pink accents on her original stock really well. You can see how her face up feathers out at the corner of her eyes, and that is part of why she always stands out. Without further ado, we'll cover her stock. So here's her beautiful little ball gown. It's definitely a design for a special Christmas gala. I tend to display the finer outfits that I have for the dolls in a glass cabinet, and I use the stands to prop them up. So many details to this. Layers, ruffles, this mesh neck piece, little pearl collar, a little jewel accent pendant, little heart shape design. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of ruffles, and all of that goes over her petticoat, which is elastic at the waist and really built to provide a lot of volume. Tons of fluff and stuff. I'm really only ever likely to use her stock around Christmas time, so I do store it away. Although other characters borrow pieces of it from time to time. She comes with these cream color lace pantyhose with an elastic waistband. Her hot pink little pumps remind me of Barbie shoes. This adorable gold color clutch, which has two separate handles. And of course, you can put a little something in there, and what I've put in there are her hot pink gloves, which I think are a little bit too short. I mean, I suppose they could have been mittens, but it seems that with her costume, they should have been elbow length gloves. This might be my favorite piece, her little poofy muff for her to stick her hands in. I just imagine her sitting in a horse-drawn sled. Her little hat or hair piece comes as a clip and can be positioned on either side. Of course, it's meant to be like a beret, somewhat at a tilt. This sort of faux Sherpa capelet, hot pink on the inside. I will warn you that the capelet had stained the stock body this hot pink color. Now, of course, I changed her to an obitsu, so the stock body didn't matter to me. But if you, if it's important for you to keep the your doll on the stock body, just beware that out of the box she might have a little bit of hot pink on her upper arms, and if she doesn't, take care to protect that. Either cover her upper arms or just remove the capelet. This is a very sweet detail. I remember my grandma wearing things like this. So to keep the capelet closed, on either end are bows, these little safety pins that are of course oversized. It would have been a delicate clasp had it been for a real outfit, a real costume. And it is sort of chained between with this pearl necklace. It's a sort of fun for me. I almost don't know what's in here because I haven't used it that much. I'm not a big fan of the hot pink coloring on her costume. But that said, when it's all put together, it is quite beautiful, and It suits the season. So finally she has this little choker that matches everything else. Oh, how could I forget this completely bizarre clip? So again, that can be put on any positioning on her hair. It's a little spiky on the edges, beware. But you could also wear it yourself to a little Christmas party. Maybe with your ugly Christmas sweater. Alright, so Pullip Nanette. She's definitely filled the purpose that I got her for. She has been so much fun to customize and to change around. And right now in this pairing, wearing part of the Dujardin stock with Isabella, it's just a completely new chapter in her display, and she's tons of fun to photograph, and just a very sweet character. I recommend her highly. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.